Jai Bala is now with us of cashthechaos.com. Jai, good to have you with us here. You're saying the fall may take a bit of a breather. Explain that with levels.
Yeah, that's right, Prashant. See, the market is a bit oversold and it's come to a very important support. And like I pointed out last week, it did break the November low of 23,263. But the important support is about 22,600. I don't know, 23,000, it's 54 and change that we saw yesterday. That's the final. Probably one more low. Post that, I see a breather coming for the market. That takes the market to somewhere close to about 23,600 to 23,900. And the important support below the 23,000 is 22,600. But the higher time frame objective of the June 4th low of 21,280, that remains the focus for the market when the market pulls back.
So immediately is what, down or up? First, another fresh low and then a bounce.
Yeah, very little downside below yesterday's low. And a tradable rally for intraday to swing traders to about 23,600, and then bigger sell-off to about 21,280.
What time frame?
We are looking at this market, as I pointed out a couple of weeks back. I have an important time pivot on the 23rd of January and also 18th of February. So anticipate the market to drop to the June 4th low somewhere close to one of these dates. So, it's just about a couple of weeks.
Jai, must congratulate you, really. I remember when I think it was a couple of months back when you first called out the possibility of the June 4 low getting tested. It seemed completely sort of out of whack. It was beyond the realm of imagination. But look at where we are today. So the way things have played out. So kudos on that. Let's get down to some trades then. Since you're saying that, we'll probably have a bit of a dip to yesterday's low, then we'll have a bounce to 23,400. You're saying, right? And then and then the next bigger leg down. So some trades that one can work with. Will you play for anything on the upside for this small bounce, or will you just wait for the bigger downtrend to resume?
Yeah, the problem is, we attempted some longs in the last few weeks, and they generally tend to, either meander or tend to fail. So, if you're going to attempt longs, it has to be very small. Like I've been pointing that out, and so I would rather wait for the bounce to come through and then short. I have two shorts today. Even that, only one of them is a high confidence trade. One of them is a low confidence trade. The Titan is a more higher confidence trade. Here too, I would advocate half your normal position sizing. An objective of about 3,000. If it breaks 30.50, it will clock a double top. So one can hold on if it breaks 30.50. And the objective right now is 3,000. It can expand if it breaks 30.50. And the stop loss is 35.76. We had a short on L&T Technologies in November, and it's got nothing to do with the 90 hours. But the short we had about, it was about, L&T Technologies was about, I think, for 5,300. And the objective was 4,600. It reached those levels. And I'm reiterating the view, it's not bottomed at 4,600 and change. A stop loss at about 50.25 with a price objective of 4,200. It can probably even drop to about 3,900. So but this is a low confidence zone because we already shorted this in November.
Now, Jai, the stock price of L&T is 3,500 rupees. So, what is the view on that one?
Yeah,
the L&T Tech numbers we have stop loss at 5,025. Objective is 4,200. But on L&T as well, you wanted to give us some numbers besides the 90 hours. You want to give us some levels?
Yeah, Nigel. The question in front of the Danish Prince Hamlet was to be or not to be, but the question in front of people in L&T seems to be to stare or not to stare. So I would say, not only just stare, bring you the whole package, take on the romance and be with the family more than 90 hours. I pointed out last week that L&T is poised on a long-term trend line and is breaking below it, and it's come down below that. So 35.50 is an important resistance for L&T. And, as long as it stays below it, I think it's heading much lower.
On L&T, by the way, just a side piece of info, I think two of the senior members of the HR team, two senior lady members, they've come out in support of Mr. Subramaniam. I'm not sure how the L&T quarterly conversations and calls will happen on the business, on just the numbers, with so much of 90 hours going around. But okay, anyway, very quickly on the yield, the US 10-year yield and the dollar, which have been relentless. Today they've taken a pause. What do you see ahead? Just very quickly before we get into the market close, Jai.
Yeah, I see the yields easing off a bit, and then somewhere about mid 450s, and then maintain the trajectory higher. The dollar index again, if it has to pull back from 110, if it doesn't, it's heading to a much quicker and higher move past 112 and 113. I don't anticipate that. That's not the base case. I'm anticipating a pullback to about 107 to 105.
Okay, all right, got it. The bell is gone.